Hello, 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 and welcome to another session of Tarot Spills the What? The Tea. So here we are. I found myself at the very end of Shaws of Sunset without doing not one single session on them. And as I watched it this season, there were a couple of times I planned on giving them a session and something else came up. So, I'm going to have to get a schedule, you guys. I really am. I'm going to have to get a schedule, and the schedule is going to look like trending topics, cutting room floor, behind the scenes, hot topics, celebrities, I don't know, reality. I'm gonna have to get a schedule. I'm gonna have to put on my schedule to make a schedule because this slipped right through my fingers. Now, I don't know if I have any Shaws of Sunset watchers out there, but hopefully after this review, recap, and session, hopefully you'll kind of get into them. So what had happened was, what I ended up having to do, since I didn't jump on them right when it was happening in our time, and since they've already concluded their season and the reunion, which I'm aware of, I watched it, I did. Well, first of all, I can't whip these up in 30 minutes. It's much deeper, and it's just more than that. You know what I'm saying? Because even though I put my spin on it and my opinion and all that kind of stuff, I essentially am, when I do these cards, I'm connecting with spirit. So I have to decide well, I was getting ready to say what case I'm gonna take. What case has priority. So, Shaws of Sunset, for whatever reason, they didn't take priority over other all the previous ones. Okay? But since the season is officially finished, and I thought I had a little more space because I thought they were going to have 3-part reunion, because I know Andy liked to do that, honey. He concluded them in 2. And before I knew it, they were done. So, what I'm going to do is give you guys a summary. And what that's going to look like is a summary for each of the cast members, but a short summary for each of the cast members until I get to the good stuff. The good stuff, the nectar of the situation, is, the way I see it, is between Reza and MJ. Okay? This is them trying to heal the wound. Okay? So, before I get to that, let me just say MJ won't allow Reza to be in the presence of her son. She blames her husband. But what is her real reason? Okay? Because tarot will get to the bottom. We're going to get to the bottom of this. Because I want to know, is it really her husband? Is it really her? Is it her and her husband equally? Who's behind this? Who's behind this? And she's constantly acting like she's left out, feeling left out. And maybe she is left out. But who did, is that because of her? Is it, let's dig in, because what I'm gonna do is take you guys on a trip. For those of you who may not know who Shaws of Sunset is, or just familiar with it but never watched it, I'm about to make it interesting to you. Okay? So, settle in, grab some popcorn, and let's go. Before we stage it out, allow me to introduce myself. I am Indigo Sage, an awakened soul. I do have a spiritually based website at unapologeticallysage.com. You can also find me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter under Unapologetically Sage. Now, for my regular sages, you see what's to the left of my picture, right? So that's my Ultimate Clarifiers deck that I curated and created and put blood, sweat, and tears in. All right, it's made up of nearly 200 cards and a channeled spirit, and we got it going on. It's the Ultimate Clarifiers deck. I used it. All right. So my regular sages already know that when you see it looking like a card, that's to let you guys know that I used it. All right. And I use my deck you can use any deck you want for clarifying, but when I pull mine out, it's juicier. Shit. That's how I'm going to say it. That's how I'm going to put it, y'all. All right. So let's go and get ready to sage this out. But first, before we continue, what I need you all to do is bring your beautiful eyes to the bottom of your screen, no matter what screen you're looking at, whether that is your iPhone, your Android, your Cricket, your whatever screen, whether it's an iPad, a laptop, a notebook, whether it's your flat screen or big booty screen TV, whatever screen you're looking at, bring your beautiful eyes to the bottom of it. And look at that red bar at the bottom, and what it says is, this is for entertainment purposes only, and every single word is what? Alleged, and not to be used as facts. So anytime that you see this red bar at the bottom, the sentence inside applies. Okay, so what I'm going to do for all of you who may not be familiar with the Shaws, I'm going to go ahead and just really quick break down these, I was going to say characters. Y'all know I be calling these reality folks characters. But these people. So, we are going to start with Nima. His storyline, bi-coastal business. I am not 100% sure what his business is, and I didn't look him up because he's not that important. He has a get in where he fits in attitude, and I think he's pissed. The photo that you're looking at, it appears that he might be a little pissed because I guess it didn't work out the way that maybe he wanted it, but I promise you, he tried to get in where he fit in. He tried to fit in with absolutely everyone. With MJ, he hired a paint instructor for her. And I think they painted somebody nude. I'm not for sure. They painted something or someone, or I know they had instructions on painting. With Mike, he took him to get a pedicure and some other things that they did. They went to I was gonna say a shooting range, but it wasn't shooting. It was the axes, where you throw an axe at a Target. He did some things with London, who she did, honey. They done scared London away. And I'm gonna bring that back up in a minute. Not the fact that they scared her away, but him and London. With Destiny, she's coming right up too, because she's on the same level as him. Not much. He took her to the park with dogs, and she had her dog in a Porsche, which I'm sure she rented. I mean, I can't see anyone spending money on you know what? I don't even want to think that she that silly. I don't. So I would like to assume she rented it, even though that's silly as heck. But I just would rather assume that she rented that and didn't actually buy it for real. Because when you take your dog for a walk, how in the heck are you taking your dog for a walk when they're in a remote controlled Porsche? That's stupid. Doesn't make any sense. But anyway, they did that in the park. Well, she did it. She met him there in the park. Then with Gigi Gonessa, he had drinks or lunch or something they were doing in a restaurant, but I didn't see neither one of them drink or eat anything. I'm sure he had other scenes with other ones that Bravo just, left on the cutting room floor. But this mofo right here, this dude right here, he made sure he did something with each and every one of them. And still showed up at the reunion upset. What you upset for? So when I said I was going to get back to that, London came on as a friend of MJ, and she was in a lot. Like I'm gonna say 80% of the episodes, and I don't know what happened, but she was not at the reunion. And on top of that, how she was brought up, when her name was brought up, she was brought up twice. And when her name was brought up, the cast, all kind of except Nema, did like a groan or a moan, a disparaging groan, like they didn't like her. And one of them said something. You know how they follow them back to their little green room and shit. One of them said something about they was glad she wasn't there. And I'm like, what did she do? See, I don't be following. A lot of times I don't follow them on social media, so I don't know what happened in real time. But I know that one thing that they said, she apologized to Mike about something. And Nema, this one that we're looking at, tweeted back. I think it was a tweet I don't know. It was some kind of social media stuff. He tweeted back, don't apologize to the OGs because they don't give a F about anyone but themselves. And so then they got on him about saying that. Like, why did he say that? And he was like, because it's true. So it was a lot of not a lot, but when it came to him, it was back and forth like that. So something must have happened. And I don't know what it was, and I didn't want to look it up because he's not that important. He didn't make himself, I don't know. When I first started watching the show, so I've been, here and there with these episodes, right? I saw one where him and his sister was trying to get on. They was trying so hard to get on. And, Gigi and all of them was like, nah, get on up out of here. Y'all don't make the cut. And then I missed a season, and I came back this season to peek in at him, and he's there as a full cast member. I was like, oh, okay, you made it. Okay, where your sister? Anyway, sister didn't make it. Apparently he did. Now, that one season that I missed, that's where all the shit started, y'all. Let's keep going so we can get to the stuff. All right, we have Destiny. Destiny thought Shaws of Sunset was her destiny. It's not. She can go with Nema. They both can go. She's the one that came to the park with a rented Porsche for her little doggy. Ridiculousness. Her storyline was running her businesses, arguing with Mike, and letting us be stalker aware. Okay? And that's it. This thing right here. Gonessa, they call her Gigi. She is, I guess, a sex kitten, I guess, honey. That's what she always tries to play up, like she's so sexy or something. And what you see right now in this picture is her. By the way, all these photos are from the reunion. She's biting into a cucumber, trying to be sexy. And it's getting old. It's old. Like, girl, I think this was their 9th season. 9. And she still got that same shtick, I'm sexy. Girl, okay, hey, if you say so, girl. But what's not sexy? And I didn't even catch this. And apparently I caught it. I didn't catch it on purpose. Look at her hair. Look at her hair. What the fuck is going on in the back of her head? What is going on in the back of her head? Is that like a rat's tail? Is that what you call like a you know what? You don't call that nothing but a mess. Let's keep going. Mike. You know what? When I just now, it just made me want to say, I'm too sexy for my clothes, too sexy for my shoes. Honey, Mike, he is sexy. Okay, he's cute. But okay, his storyline, his business, he's tried all kinds of different things, you guys. And I was really there for him with them shoes. He had some shoes. They was kind of cute. But then he was not smart with that, because the night he was doing his opening on his shoes, he had to travel to Mexico to pick them up. He was late. Just a big I said, Mike, now you making everybody with the name Mike look bad, feel bad, be bad. You make me not want to deal with nobody named Mike. Boy, man, please. Come on, grown child. You're having an opening for a product that you don't have? Are you serious? That was weird and disappointing. He's elevated a lot since then. He's had other business ventures. He's returned to real estate. He had dipped his little toes in real estate when he was dealing with Reza when 9 years ago. Now he's back into real estate, kind of, so to speak, so far as he bought some condos and, fixing them up and gonna rent them out. And I think that is great. They said it was great, so I got to say it's great because I am not there. So I don't know if that's a good neighborhood. I don't know if it's good, bad, what, but and Reza is not gonna say it's great if it ain't great. Reza is sometimes Reza is the residential hater sometimes. So if he says it's good, all right, it's good. And that's what he do. Well, in case you guys don't know, Reza is all about real estate. MJ was in real estate with them, and then he tried to bring in Mike, this dude smiling like this, in real estate as well when they first started. So another part of his storyline, which Bravo gave this more attention than anything else for him, was cheating. This dude right here has a new woman every season and cheats every season. Let's continue. Here he is at the reunion announcing that his girlfriend is now his fiance. They are engaged. He asked, she said yes, not on the show, prior to the show. For all we know, could have been 5 minutes before they arrived. We have no idea. It was new news. All I'm gonna say about this is I wish I could say it was a new thing, but no, he's already proposed and been married and divorced before, and there's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes I guess you know, there's nothing wrong with being married and divorced already. But with Mike, this is something that he does. He gets a woman, falls in love, cheats really bad, asks for forgiveness, asks them to marry him. They get married. He cheats. They get divorced. And then he does it all over again. So that's the reason why my voice and tone sounds like this about him doing it again. Because it's like, okay, here we go. Like, I already knew just a bunch of cheating and it's not my fault. This time he said, he always says not his fault. And then like at the very end, he'll say, yes, it was me. Like he comes up with different reasons, creative reasons. But this year, it wasn't that creative. He said they were spoof text messages. It was like 100 apparently spoof text messages. He even blamed Reza for sending some. Then he ended up saying that Reza told him that Gonessa, Gigi, the one with that pickle thing in her mouth trying to be sexy, sent them to him. All of this was right before he went ahead and said he was cheating, he was texting. That's too much ridiculousness for me to keep up with. So for anyone who may be up on the Shaws, if I got that wrong, honey, forgive me, okay? Because Mike is just too much with this cheating shit. This cheating. It's them, it's him, it's up, it's down. No, it's me. Will you marry me? No, Mike. He is cute, but no, man. Just look at his other cast member's face. Look at Nema's face and look at Reza's face as he's announcing that. He's announcing it. Anyway, Reza's storyline, as usual, was himself and messiness. I don't understand it. So we're gonna keep going. So one of the major parts, the only reason why I tuned in actually, one of the major parts of his storyline, him and MJ, first of all, they've been friends for 30 years. The two people you're looking at right now, they've been friends for over 30 years because they keep saying 30 years. So it's got to be over 30 years now. And MJ was pregnant. She got married. And her best friend of 30 years is not allowed to be in the presence of her son. Okay. Continuing. Here we are at MJ, the lady that I'm doing this session. I'm giving her this session, okay? Her storyline. It's her married life and being a mom and making amends with Gigi and Reza. Now, the reason why amends are needed between her and Gigi, I cannot recall. I'm gonna be honest, I can't recall. But what I do recall is that throughout this season, and it wasn't that long, but at least 2, maybe 3, episodes, they had MJ was trying to do a play date with Gigi because Gigi had a surrogate or whatever and had a baby too. And they're around the same age, okay? They're 2 boys around the same age. Gigi never brought her son to a play date with MJ. That didn't make no sense to me. I would have knew something was wrong right then. So check this out. I knew someone right. I just knew someone right with that. How you have a play date with no a play date with no I got my kid, you ain't got your kid. What the hell is this? Girl. If the answer was no, you should have said no, bitch. Anyway, wait a minute. Let me stop cussing. So I knew something was not right. And here it comes up here. Gigi get the talking mess, talking about we ain't friends. And I don't trust you. And the only connection we have is the fact that we both had children. And that took MJ by surprise. This is not her face when Gigi said it, but it just took her by surprise, because it took me by surprise too, because I'm like, why even? But I guess these people, what I was gonna say is, why even pretend like you cool if you not cool? And then you went as far as agreeing to several play dates, but not bringing your child. Why do that? But then I have to remember, these are reality TV people, so they have to film. You know what I'm saying? So I guess that's why she did it, which lets me know, like, I could never, because I could only be real. And if the answer's no, then the answer's no. Or if the answer is a half yes, but I'm not bringing my son, then that's exactly what I would say. I wouldn't be chowing folks. I wouldn't be like, oh, booyah, you chow. Like, yeah, I know I said I'd bring my son, but I'm here. So, you just chow. Hi, like, to her child. That doesn't, first of all, that's cold-blooded, because when you're introducing, because I remember doing this a lot I took my child on a lot of play dates and stuff, and you kind of prep them first, meaning you tell them who they about to meet. What that look like, telling the child who they about to meet, and they don't meet nobody? Like, that's just messed up. So anyway, and I thought they were okay. That's the messed up thing about it. I thought Gigi and MJ were okay. Now I knew Reza and MJ, they weren't exactly okay. So let's go ahead and talk about why they weren't okay. So what we're looking at right here is Reza running. And, this is a perfect story for the Runners edition. Okay? However, this is on MJ. Since the whole season has ended, including reunion and owl, I can only pick one thing. And I picked MJ and Reza. But Reza runs out of the reunion. But why? This happens, interestingly enough, when Andy asks Reza if he's still planning on having children with his husband, as Phaedra would say, husband. And one of my crazy old friends, my husband. Okay, anyway, if him and his husband, Adam, would be having any children. If they still plan on having children. And Reza got really emotional and began to cry, and immediately popped up and said, nope, I don't want to cry on camera. I don't want to cry on camera. Give me a break. Let me dot my eyes, honey. He needed one of Candace's napkins. Okay. Dab and stab. So anyway, that's what you're seeing right now. He got extremely emotional. And then when he came back, he explained that it was really sad. It really was, because he had a fear of being like his dad, I think. Well, I believe he said parents, but he gets along with his mom. And then when he started talking about his dad, he was crying so much to where he couldn't really talk. And then he also said that there's some things about him that he didn't realize that his friends point out to him, and he just doesn't want to be like that and put that on to a child. So of course the cast and Andy was trying to tell him, when you become a parent, you change. A child makes you grow the F up, you know? But he still was just looking hurt. It's some issues there with him and his dad. Because then he goes on to say that when he saw Nima on social media with his dad, and then he just started crying. He was saying that was good, and he just started crying and stuff. So it's something going on between him and his dad. And I'm not sure if his dad is still with us, or, you know, if he has passed away. But either way, Reza he has a lot of pain behind that. And I believe that has something to do with his homosexuality. And I feel confident in saying that because I kind of remember him saying that. Okay, otherwise I wouldn't say it, because I don't just make false claims. But I do remember him saying that. I just didn't remember all the details of it. And I'm talking about this season 9. So, let's continue. Okay, you guys. Here we go. Getting to the nitty gritty. The nitty to the gritty. Okay? Nitty gritty. Check this out. So, what you're looking at is MJ, her husband, Tommy, and Reza. All right? That's their wedding. I don't know what they doing with the pinkies in the wine or in the whiskey. I don't know what it is. I don't know what they doing. I know it's the wedding. Okay? Check this out. So they was cool. And again, their best friends, Reza and MJ of 30 years, right? Then something happens. This is the one damn season I did not watch. But I heard about it. Sorry about my high octave voice. Sometimes it does that. But I heard about it. Okay. So what had happened was, this is what I had heard. All right. And everything is alleged. And what? Alleged. So allegedly. But I believe it was on TV. So everyone could see that MJ told, okay, so Reza is married to a man named Adam, who I previously mentioned, right? Adam, behind Reza's back, was sending inappropriate pictures. I heard they was nudes, nakeds, his penis, or maybe his butt. I don't know, but he was nude and naked. That's the same thing, so forgive me. But anyway, to someone named Ali, allegedly, right? All this stuff is alleged, okay? And although I'm just repeating what was said on TV. So it was to a dude named Ali, and it was said that MJ is the one who convinced Ali to press charges against Adam because that was sexual harassment. So, when Reza found that out, Reza was pissed and told MJ she needed to mind her own business, this, that, and the other. Now, as he was giving her news, he, in the heat of the moment, blurted out that she had, what did he say? Your uterus, now this is in quotes, y'all. Your uterus exploded because you had 10 abortions. There were more things that he said because I had saw some clips and stuff. There's more things he said. We're not going to go all into that. I think this is enough to get the point across that I'm talking about. So, allegedly, MJ convinced this dude to press sexual harassment charges against Adam because Adam was sending nudes to him. Reza found out, got pissed, and yelled out that MJ, her uterus exploded because she had 10 abortions. Now, that was at a pool party in front of a bunch of strangers. Okay? So, as a result of that, Tommy, which is MJ's husband, wanted to talk to Reza and maybe Adam about it too. He went to their house. They wasn't at home. He went to the backyard and threw plants and chairs at plants and planters at chairs. Just threw plants and chairs around in the backyard. It was all caught on camera. So Reza said that Adam wanted to, like he's putting it on Adam. It didn't feel safe. So they took him to court about that. Tommy served some time in jail. I couldn't find out how much time. And I didn't want to take a long time to try to find out. Okay. But as a result of that, Tommy was in jail. He was jailed or whatever. And when he got out, he is faced with, I believe it was a 5-year restraining order. As a result of all of that, hold on. As a result of all of that, Tommy tells MJ that Reza can not ever be around Shams, which is their son. He's so cute. Oh, he is cute. He's so cute. And it's so funny because he looks like, to me, he looked like Tommy, and I don't think Tommy is cute. But their son, he's so cute. It's crazy how a kid can look like their parent and be cute, but the parent ain't cute. Okay, anyway. Okay. So Tommy tells MJ that's a no-go. And MJ's like, oh, that's my best friend of 30 years. What am I going to do? Ooh. Okay. I'm going to tell y'all something. After this season, and especially the reunion, I feel like MJ wants us to believe that it's just Tommy. It's just all Tommy. Tommy's the one that doesn't want you around Shams. Their son's name is Shams. 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 After her dad. And then during the reunion, they showed a picture side by side of Shams and her dad, Shams. And they look just alike. Oh my gosh. Anyway, cute little son. He's so cute. But MJ, I kind of felt like I was always suspicious of her telling everyone, meaning, their whole little crew and group, about, she told everybody, first of all, she told everybody but Reza. Reza had to find out through, I think, Gigi. She ain't got no story. You can always find out some shit from somebody who ain't got no storyline. Okay. Because they gonna try to do something somewhere. Okay. Dip their toe in something. They ain't got no damn storyline. Anyway, she blamed it on him, but I kind of suspected that it was her. Okay. This whole time, I kind of suspected it was her anyway. So, what we're going to stage out is, what was it? Right here is when Andy, Messy Andy, asked MJ when or if, Reza will ever be able to meet Shams. Look at her face. Look at her face. She blamed it on her husband. She blamed it on her husband. And said, well, he went to jail and restraining order and all this kind of stuff. But I don't know. I just didn't feel like that was 100% it. Afterwards, when the reunion was over, we cut to her and Reza talking. It appears to be like a green room. And another thing I thought was interesting, she begged at the very beginning, part one, they only had 2 parts. Could have been done in 1 part, but she begged Tommy to come and he was very upset. He said, you're just going to make a fool out of me like you already did. You showed everybody your boobs, which I forgot to mention during this season. She got upset with Tommy and took a selfie of her boobs and sent it to the men in their group, to all the men in the group. And then when they went on vacation one time, she brought it up and said, hey, I sent all of you my boobs and nobody said that they looked good. And they all kind of looked at each other because it was an awkward moment. And they were like, well, yeah, they look good. They look good. Okay, but how did Tommy feel about that? And she was like, Tommy doesn't know. He made me mad. And I was like, you girl, that's not, woo, Jesus. That's not cool, girl. Why are you doing that, lady? Anyway, before the reunion, they all get the tapes and they watch them and shit. He saw that and was like, hell to the no, I'm not going to the reunion. F you and your friends. Shit, he acted like he was about to divorce her. Either way, she got dressed at her house, which I thought was interesting. It appeared, kind of seemed like everyone else had a green room and got dressed there on the set. But when she arrived, they showed her running across the street, holding her dress up, hiking her dress up. And she was already ready. So, as you can see in this photo, Reza is out of his reunion clothes. And she's still in hers because she has to wait till she gets home. Anyway, that was interesting and weird to me. But, in this moment, they're agreeing to work on it for the umpteenth time. Whatever it is. Okay. So again, I feel like it's MJ who won't allow Reza around Shams. So we're going to find out the real reason Reza's banned from Shams' royal presence. Because what I am asking specifically, because y'all know I got to get specific. What is the reason MJ does not want Reza around her son? Because I feel like the bottom line is, if she pressed and pushed, and first of all, we all know she could do it anyway. She could even do it behind her husband's back. I'm not saying she should. I'm saying she could. Okay? And she's not. And even when she has to defend Tommy, it's not a big defense because she gets to talking about what Reza did. Which made me feel like, oh, okay. You agree with Tommy, but you putting it on Tommy. That's how I feel. Look at her. Look at her being dramatic. Just because we want to know, why can't Reza see Shams? So, we're getting ready to find out. Why did she make the decision for Reza to not be around Shams? What are her feelings behind that? Because she most definitely feels that way. Because she has some say in it. And she's not doing it. She ain't sneaking it. She ain't doing it, which I don't, I'm not encouraging sneaking. I'm just saying that that's a possibility. But she could tell her husband straight up, like, this is my best friend of 30 years. And, because Reza, and I'm sorry, I forgot to mention this, Reza dropped the restraining order and wrote a personal apology letter to Tommy. And none of that was good enough. So they do show Tommy being upset and Tommy refusing it. And I do understand you got to honor your spouse. I understand that. But I feel like there could have been a meeting in the middle some kind of way. You know what I'm saying? Because there were even birthday parties that were happening. And you mean to tell me, like, Tommy had told her if Reza was going to be there, then Sham wasn't going to be there at the damn birthday party, a kid's birthday party. Damn, like, it's not even like it's okay. Anyway, let's go ahead and sage this out. Let's sage it out. Every once in a while, the energy card will pop out and have the energy of wanting to be first, okay? And kind of like that beat that just dropped. Anyway, didn't know that was going to be that loud, but it works. So, as I'm turning it down, talking about it works and I'm turning it down, the energy influence is first, okay? And the energy influence card is the card and the energy that influences all of the rest of them. All right. There's 5 positions. The energy is the 6th, which is a bonus. So the energy influence is represented by the Chariot. This card is associated with victory and control. When you see this card in a tarot reading during times of struggle, it references triumph in war. Also being upright and in the past position, it tosses in a little bit of vengeance. That's in red because that was very important. Vengeance. Okay. We are just scratching the surface of why. Now remember, this is why MJ won't let Reza see her son. I knew that it was some personal stuff. What I don't appreciate is her putting it 100% off on her husband. I don't like that. You can say both of us feel. I just, anyway, continuing because I did clarify them. So let's go. The clarifier was reversed. And again, it came from my deck, the Ultimate Clarifier's deck. And you won't see any images of that. You will see the images of the card that it clarified. And the card, the clarifier, was of cups. And it was reversed. Which means, cups represent love and emotions and all of that as the regular tarot deck. Now, it was reversed, which represents fighting love, rejecting love, not seeing through the lens of love. So the one that really stuck out to me was not seeing through the lens of love. That's what she's doing right now. With some vengeance. If she were to look at the situation through the lens of love, she would be able to come to a agreement or a reconciliation with Reza. and at least where he'd be able to see her damn son. She cried when Reza jumped up and ran away about, and cried and stuff about him not wanting a child because this, that, and the other. She cried too, and then said that she wishes that he would change his mind because he'd be a great father. So if you truly believe that, why can't he be around your son? That man, he ain't gonna harm your son, girl. She knows that. Let's continue. Here we are at the past position. Now, normally, 95% of the time, I start with the past. It's only on certain occasions where the energy wants to come out first, just so that we know what energy we're working with. So, the past card is very important because that directly influences the present card. The present card is very important because the present card is the answer to our question. So, the past card was in reverse. It was death. Upright, death is a card of transformation and refers to the need to start over by letting go of the past. In the reversed position, death card means MJ is on the verge of meaningful change, but she's resisting it. She's reluctant to let go of the past. The clarifier for the past was also in reverse. And this card says a time to reconnect with a dear friend. And when I saw that in reverse, I said, ooh, girl. She's resisting, y'all. Someone is truly missed. You should reach out or someone will reach out to you. If you have someone in mind, it's time to reach out to them. It's okay, and the time is now. All that is true. But it was in reverse, which clarifies the death card in reverse, which said that she was resisting letting go of the past. They miss each other. And they even say it. And they was holding hands. They was crying together and stuff. She's resisting all of that, though. And I don't feel like she's resisting it for her husband. Some of that, first of all, this is a reading on her. If it was her husband would come up in this reading. Let's keep going. The present. The present is represented by Eight of Cups. That is a card where someone's walking away, honey. Present. And it was upright. Represents disappointment, abandonment, withdrawal, escapism. Most likely because MJ feels isolated by Reza. That came up in a reunion. The present is clarified by the reversed false promises card. It says, pay attention to the signs. This card is clearly stating that no matter how someone says it, what they've given you is a false promise. With it being in reverse, you want to know what that means? That's her secret. This is in the present. I knew it. I knew it. And escapism. Okay, she's using her husband as a scapegoat when really her saying like, oh, maybe one of these days, maybe if this and maybe if that, maybe if you jump through this hoop or jump through this ring of fire, then maybe those are false promises that she's making and stating. It's in reverse because that's her secret. She doesn't want anybody to know. She doesn't want them to know. For this one, for the present, let me tell y'all, 3 clarifiers fell out. So here's the second clarifier. This card says breaking bread, decoding an ingredient list. Okay. It was also in reverse, which means this is something she's hiding, keeping to herself. Doesn't want Reza to know. So this card goes on to say, you may need to discuss something of importance over coffee, tea, a meal, or cocktails. Doing this will allow you to probe for the details you so desperately seek. An offer may be extended soon by you or them. If you accept, you must move forward afterwards. Now is the time to let go. This was in reverse. Okay? And they did discuss, they met somewhere. And you know what? Again, I don't think they ate anything. They be meeting at all these restaurants and don't be eating or drinking a thing. But I guess the restaurant gets paid a fee or something for them to be there. But anyway, so they did meet and they did talk. And the offer that was made by someone like Reza is he's doing things on his behalf to meet Tommy halfway. The effed up thing, the big secret is that Reza doesn't know that it's also MJ. So that's not even fair. You know what I'm saying? Because he's aiming everything at Tommy. And Tommy seems to, what Bravo made it appear to be, and this could be true or could not be true, but is that Tommy has so much resentment that it's just a no for Tommy. But here's the thing that I feel like we're not seeing. We don't know what the hell MJ might be feeding him. MJ might be the battery in his back. Okay? Let's keep going because like I said, it was 3 clarifiers that popped out for the present. This card was also in reverse. This person feels like home to you or vice versa. This card has the energy of missing someone deeply. It also holds the energy of twin flames. Okay? But again, missing someone. And twin flames are a deeper connection that is similar to soulmates. And, you know, twin flames as well as soulmates can be non-romantic. Okay? And with them being friends for over 30 years, I kind of feel like perhaps they are some type of soulmate connection, kinetic or kindred spirits, you know. But they feel like home to each other. I guarantee you right now, if something bad happens, some kind of emergency, you know, MJ can go to Reza, and I feel like Reza can come to MJ as well. But her problem, and she'll never be able to work through it if she don't admit it. Her problem is that she's upset. She's holding on to that past as well. And if she doesn't deal with it, it'll be there forever. And in order for her to deal with it, she has to say it and admit it and come clean. And Reza has apologized to her for it. And she said she'd move on. And I think that's why she's not saying it anymore, that I still have a problem with that. Because she said she'd move on and he apologized. So it's like, well, what more do you want him to do? However, what we all must realize is that each one of us are humans. We are not robots. And when our feelings are hurt, God damn it, our feelings are hurt. And sometimes we don't get over things as quickly as others would like. And that's okay. Because these are our feelings. Okay? And I wish that MJ would just own it and just say, you know, I do accept your apology. However, I'm not sure how long it's going to take me to feel better about it because it really hurt. Because with them being so close, the closer someone is to you, the more they can hurt you. So, of course, she's hurt very deeply. That's okay. But the issue is that she keeps putting it on Tommy and pretending like it's Tommy. So, let's keep going. The best of it is the Queen of Cups reversed. Now, how in the world is the Queen of Cups reversed? Now, there's been plenty of cups so far, and, they've been... Cups are love. They represent love and emotions. This is the Queen of Cups in reverse as the best. This outcome card urges you to take a close look at the people surrounding you, as it is most likely your negative state of mind is being created by outside forces. Best is if all the blame for MJ's behavior would be placed on Tommy. MJ has cast Tommy as a permanent speed bump role as a character in her life. That's the best. That's how this ended up being in the best position, is to put this on someone else, which is exactly what she's doing. Let's look at the clarifier. The clarifier is very interesting. This card says the time has come to get rid of the people in your life that you cannot count on. This card presents you with a hard truth. You know what you have to do. Get rid of what doesn't serve you. Pronto, meaning take action right away. You may need to ground yourself in order to see things more clearly. If she were to ground herself, she'd be able to look him in his face and tell him she's still hurt. She needs time. She would even be able to admit the fact that she may not ever be completely over it. Because in the reunion, she was even upset that it appeared that him and Gonessa, Gigi, had gotten close. She was pissed at that. So, and it took a lot for her to admit it. Gigi had to talk a little bit of shit. Oh, and Reza talked a little bit of shit about it, before she even admitted that she was upset or hurt. It's like, girl, you could be hurt, girl. Let's continue. That's right. Let's continue on to me asking you guys to like and subscribe. And go ahead and ring my bell so that you are notified of the very next Tarot Spills the Tea session with me. All right. So click like, click subscribe. All right. Be nice and go ahead and do that. Thank you very much. Let's continue. The worst. What we have in the worst position is King of Wands. This means that you or someone else in your life always thinks that you're right. This person can be an extremist and more than likely is a black or white thinker. This is Tommy. I put on there, this is Tommy. All the ish she told Tommy when she was simply talking shit was taken seriously by Tommy. This makes her feel stuck. That pillow talk. What some of us don't realize is that our partners take things to heart. So basically, even though your partner should be your best friend, okay, don't get me wrong. Sometimes, though, you've got to realize when you're talking mess about your best friend to your spouse and you're really hurt and they're the ones wiping your tears away, they may get even more emotional or more upset than you. And depending on their personality, they may not be the kind that when you feel like it's all good, then they just feel like it's all good. They may be an extremist in thinking black or white. And they may be like, no, it's not good. It's not. I wiped your tears away. You know what I'm saying? So that's how Tommy is. And that's what she imagines to be the worst. She's living it. Although I'm not 100% convinced that MJ is saying, oh, now I feel good. Everything is good. We kind of saw a little bit, kind of teasing that, but she still, the first card coming out said she had vengeance. Her energy was vengeance. Okay, she's still upset. And Tommy knows it. And Tommy is just more extreme than she is. And she feels comfortable putting it on him. Okay? That's why she wanted him there so bad at the reunion. But he was pissed that she showed her titties. He said, you made me look like a stupid fool. I ain't going bye. 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 He kept telling her bye. Like, get on. And I had hope. Ooh, I was hoping he would just... Oh my gosh. I wanted some surprises. But no surprises, honey. He said no and he meant it. Let's go. The clarifier for the worst, it was reversed. How long will you wait before you leave? This is a card that represents someone who's perpetually waiting for a response, attention, or feelings to be reciprocated. Ultimately, this card brings attention to the fact that you are in limbo due to waiting for someone else's heart, mind, or schedule even to open up, and possibly for their actions to change or align with their words. Because see, I feel like Reza has met her halfway, her and Tommy. But what she's pissed off about is her feeling isolated, because that's the word that Gigi and Reza used. And she wants to feel included. And the issue that they had brought up was that some of the times they didn't include her because of Tommy. And this is where she's stuck at, because she's made it already. She's built Tommy up to be the problem, the issue. And so since he is, and he's with you, we'll just do things. It's easier for them to do things without them. So she's created this catch-22. And that's the worst. You know? She wants too much. Because she should not have, neither one of them should have did what they did, but she did have a part in it. Let's keep going. What's to come was reversed. 6 of Pentacles. The 6 of Pentacles reverse asks you to be mindful about taking on debt. You are prone to getting in over your head, and it may come back to bite you. Ain't that what I just said? Debt doesn't have to mean money. And in this situation, I don't feel like it means money. Now, it could be an undertone of money, because honestly, this season 9, I felt like, why is she here? Because she doesn't really seem to be in it. I wasn't getting that she was connecting with them the way that they used to. And it kind of felt like to me she didn't really want to be there. It kind of felt like to me she'd rather be home with her son and husband. And so in my mind, I'm thinking, why are you there if you don't want to be there? So there could be an undertone of being there for the pentacles, the coin, the money, okay? But that could also be not money. Okay? Look at this. Look at this. Somebody come and look at this. What's the come clarifier? She's number 1. That's what the card says. And you watch the best performance of their life. This is a card when somebody is faking it. Okay? Someone involved in this situation is fake and putting on a show. Someone is making the situation more dramatic than it has to be. And this card is always, on point, honey. When this card shows up, somebody is faking it. Which is what I just said. If I were to talk to MJ, I would tell her, freedom is what you do with what's been done to you. Seriously. Freedom is what you do with what's been done to you. She feels stuck, and she doesn't have to be. That's what's sad about that. And when things happen to us, we are supposed to grow. We are honestly supposed to take the lesson and leave the experience. And be better. And go forward. Being stuck in the past, or stuck off of the past, or not letting the past go, that is detrimental to our soul, okay? And our health, our being, all right? Goodness. No matter how hard it is, and no matter how long it takes, we're supposed to learn from it. And it's okay too. Like, I wish that MJ would just tell him, look, I'm still hurt, I accept your apology and stuff, but I just need a little bit more time. But she's wanting too much because she's trying to be upset that they kicking it without her. But even when she was included, it didn't seem like she was, even though she was there, it didn't seem like she was present. Okay. Again, I would like to remind you all to please click like and subscribe. Go ahead and share this with another fellow Shahs of Sunset lover. And hopefully, if you've never heard of it, hopefully you'll tune in next season if they have a next one, because they all need some new storylines. I'm gonna tell you that right now. But and next season, she better let him see Baby Shams. They call him Baby Shams. She better let him see Baby Shams. I am so serious. I might email them. I was going to say write a letter, but, that's snail mail when you put pen to paper. But anyway, please click like and subscribe and share and ring my bell. Remember to be safe. Wash your hands, please. And I will see you at the next session. Bye.